just making a beveled edge. You can see all the way around. Hey everybody, welcome back to Growing Organic. All right, today you can see right here I got some stepping stones I'm installing. Or actually, they were installed before, but I'm raising them up because they were a little bit too low. What I'm trying to do is keep these up off the ground about 3 or 4 inches above the rest of the area, because the reason is because you want to have plenty of space to put like 3 inches of either shredded wood mulch or leaves, as I've been doing here over the years. So this creates a thick layer of insulation over your plants and keeps your pavers up by raising these up a little higher than normal. You can see over here, these are a little low, and I'm not able to get that thick layer of mulch. You look at, I only have a thin layer around there. So what I'm going to do is peel this up like so, and I'm actually going to move it over a little bit just to get this centered a little better. But what I want to do is pile up this dirt. The key is make sure the dirt that you're putting underneath these pavers are non-organic, meaning no organic, the black soil. You want something just your original soil that's hard packed. You can see how hard packed this part is. It has no amendments. That'll pack really nicely. I have kind of a sandy soil since I'm here at the beach. But I'm gonna go ahead and take your fingers or a shovel, and I'm gonna get some of this dirt little piled up a little higher in the middle here. And we're gonna mound this up. So again, the main reason we're doing this is so we can get a thick layer of mulch around all of our trees. You can see tree there, tree over there, tree here. And all these plants also like to have a thick layer of mulch. That's a common mistake, is people will set their pavers too low and not give you enough mulch thickness around your plants. So I'm going to just push all this mulch out of the way. Get a clear working area. Keep all that organic material back out of the way. Separate. Don't mix your dirt with the leaves and the mulch, because you want to keep that separate. So I'm carefully doing that. Make sure your base is solid. If you have to bring in some sand or crushed rock or something to raise this up, some decomposed granite, something stable. You want it very stable for these pavers to sit on. So let's go ahead and I'm just going to eyeball this. Kind of create the shape of your stone. So I'm going to do kind of a square here. Get it kind of shaped out and fairly level to about where you want. We're going to just go like this. So get kind of close to where you want to be. That's looking pretty good. What I have here is this, a couple of levels. So first I'm going to check it. I'm going to try to get level to that. It looks like you can see there I'm a lot lower than that one. So I want to raise that up a little bit. So we're going to simply move that aside. Try to get some more of this dirt. Okay, that's looking a little better, I think. Let's try to put it back down. Give it a little smack there. Okay, let's check this over to here again. All right, that's looking better. Let's check this one here too. So going here to here, okay, that's way low. Look at that. I got to go up to here. So I got to go up to make that level. It had to go up about that high. It's like 2 inches. Okay, so now what we're going to do, I want to check this for level this way. Okay, we're a little bit low there, so I'm just going to take my hand. Just take your hand and just make sure you're wearing gloves, otherwise you're going to get a lot of dirt in your fingernails. Then I'll take my hand like that. Watch. Almost perfect. Let's hit some more there. Okay, we got it perfect right now. Let's go check it this way. Also, I have another level here. These are handy as well. Pretty close. Pack this side. Take a piece of wood for my level here. Make sure you have plenty of dirt, because what we're going to do is angle this up, like at an angle just like that, all the way around. So make sure you have plenty of dirt. Angle it up and push. You're going to push it just like that. So I still want to go a little more. Now I'm just going to pack it like that. Should also mention, if you have any organic matter in here, it's not going to pack very well. And you need to have the soil moist. It can't be dry and powdery, otherwise it's just going to crumble and fall apart. So if you have to, soak the area with water really well the day before you start digging. And you want to have a malleable material that will stick together. If it's dry, it's not going to stick together. And if it has organic material in there as well. So you want to go around this whole thing. We're looking pretty good there. Level both directions. It may change a little bit. Pack it there again. Or you can push down. I'm going to just tap this side. See that? That helped out. It's like to use the side of your hand like this, like a hammer. This is a very important part, is getting everything level before you walk away. Again, just scraping. You can see over here where I watered it. Look how much easier this dirt packs together. That's much easier to handle and pack. Not too wet and not too dry though. If you try to just water and then start working with it, you're gonna get mud all over yourself, kind of like I'm doing right here. So after this is all leveled off, you're gonna soak this a lot. And what I recommend also is getting your mulch. I'm gonna pick up a bunch of shredded wood mulch at my local landfill where they make free mulch. I'm gonna fill all this with shredded wood mulch. That'll keep the weeds down as well. You won't have any problems with weeds. It'll attract worms into your soil. And not to mention, by having these pavers up like this and packed in one spot, you're not going to be walking on your plant roots, because there's going to be roots all through here. So when I dug this hole for each one of these trees, it goes around about 3 feet. So I probably dug this wide originally. But right here, I'm transferring all the weight directly downward. So the dirt's only going to get packed in one spot. And if you stay on those spots, your soil around it is going to be very soft and remain soft for the roots. You can see I can dig in this over here very easily without any effort. Very dark and rich. I'm keeping my pavers, see, at least 16, 18 inches away. So you can see about minimum. You don't want to be any closer, because then otherwise you're going to be impacting the roots too much. Again, many reasons why you want to be doing this. For the thick layers of mulch, transferring the weight down to solid ground and not disturbing your roots. It's going to allow you to go a lot thicker too, because otherwise it was overfilling and pouring down onto here, and I wasn't able to make this thick enough. So now I can bunch up a lot thicker mulch over this. I'll pick some up a little later, and it's going to give it a nice finishing look. And all these are going to be a lot higher off the ground. See, it's a big problem right there. Look at how much lower that one is. All right, let me grab the hose. I just want to show you. We're going to soak this real quick. Okay, so I'm just soaking. So all the dirt around these just absorb that water. We'll come back and pack it in one more time, but some of this will get washed off. You can see it's already washing off the edges, but the key is to get it all really soaked. It's going to create a very stable platform. Let's go ahead and tilt this one up. Okay. So since I don't have a lot of extra dirt here to work with, again, that's why I just scooped up some of this dirt here. I'm going to get as much as I can. Again, make sure it's solid dirt, no weeds, no roots, no rocks. Okay, that might do it. I can pull a little bit of dirt this way. Keep the organic material completely separated. Okay, that's looking pretty good. So let's see if we can get this. Try to do this with one hand. Let that fall. That looks pretty decent so far. We are going downhill a little bit. I'll push a little bit on this side. Okay, I'm going to pack. That shows that this side's low. So let's go ahead and take your hand with your gloves. Make sure you shove it in there, all the way in there. You have to use a stick, like a piece of 2x4. Pack all the way around. You don't want these pavers to be unstable. I'm going to need to get a bunch more dirt, pack it in there. So I'm going to dig some up over there and fill it in. You know, like before, everything's got to be packed in all the way around. And then at an angle. Look at that, we got lucky on this direction. Absolutely perfect. So you can see down here, see, I got to fill in all the way into there. And I'm just going to dump it there. Go along like that. Pack that in. Use your fist this way, you can kind of punch it. Or hit it sideways like that. It's whatever it takes. So you can see it, you need quite a bit of dirt to get these to go up. And I'm going to go like this. So all the way around, I want it to look like this. Just like that all the way around. Also on this last one, you can see I don't need to be this close, because your first step, you can go about a foot. So I got 6 inches there. Right here, I got about 10. So I could probably shift it over a couple inches. But over here, see, I got about 10 inches, about maybe 11 inches. That's about 10. There's about 8. Doesn't have to be perfect. And again, I'm just mix and matching different stones. The ones on the end are concrete ones, the pavers that I've made. Okay, these other ones over here, so I watered these probably 10 or 15 minutes ago, and the water's kind of absorbed. So it's a little easier to work with now. So I'm gonna just kind of push this up. So I wanna have like an angle. Probably could wait a little bit longer, but I'm trying to get this video finished for you guys. So I'm scraping that one more time before we put the mulch in. You can see I'm angling this up at an angle, steep angle, maybe like 30-degree, and just making a beveled edge. You can see all the way around. See how much easier when it's a little damp, the soil's a lot more malleable. So again, this is just about 15 minutes later. So this will dry up real solid, and these pavers will never move. That's the key to pavers, is you don't want them to ever to move from walking on them. Always try to step in the middle of the pavers if you can. Don't step like a little stone like this. If you step right there every time, you could start tweaking it. All right, that's pretty solid. See, this really locks it in by covering this up, especially those corners. Make sure it's completely filled in like that. See, now there's plenty of room for a lot of mulch right there. See in between this one as well. A lot of room. You got to see like 3 inches of mulch coming across. Same with this. So I'm going to move this back one more time to show you guys. Just go along like this. That. And we'll water these one more time as well. So just go around and pack all this. And I can also put some little ground covers in between here if I wanted to. Some mint or some or thyme, some oregano. Okay, this last one, same thing. We'll do one more last watering just to clean the stones off, because this soil is pretty damp. You can see how nicely it's packing for me. Can't emphasize this enough. You have to have damp soil under your pavers. It's starting to look pretty cool. See how nice and packed those are in. Very stable. So it's the most important things is basically the height of your pavers compared to the height of your soil, where all your trees are at and your plants. And the base that you put it on, it's got to be solid. And the soil you're using has got to be good soil. And the wetting technique. This is so key, is using water. And again, waiting about 10 or 20 minutes at least before you do this. And I soaked this actually 2 or 3 days, so it may take a few soakings to really soak underneath these pavers. You want to just flood it with water, and it'll kind of sponge up. And once I get all the mulch in here, I'll fill the mulch up all the way to the top. So on the corners, you can kind of take your hand like that. That's looking good. So I got one more paver down there. Let's do a quick rinse on this. And then these ones will be ready for the mulch. This will be 100% ready. So this is looking a lot better. Let's give it a little sprinkle. All right. So now it's just a matter of just kind of cleaning the stones off. Don't soak it too much at this point, because otherwise you'll wash away too much of the dirt around the edges. About like that. This last one. This one I didn't soak very much, so I want to really soak this one. Remember, this is the one I just set. So again, I'll have to come back on this particular one because this one's not done. I want to do the same thing we did to these ones to create those angles. And then one more over there. I got to raise that paver up. So I'm going to go ahead and head over and pick up some mulch, and then we'll fill this in. It's going to give it that finishing look. Okay, we got this last one set. Go ahead and hose this off. These two pavers you see right here were handmade. I made these out of concrete, just basically formed these up. So you can make your own pavers, and these ones are about 2 inches thick, or about inch and 3/4. You can see over there. The reason also you want to have thick mulch is it keeps the weeds down. You'll never ever see a weed again if you have thick mulch. Take a look at this. Okay, watered this just a little while ago. Settled down nice. That's great. Now it's just a matter of getting that mulch. All right, we got our mulch. I got a trash can of this stuff in my truck. So now it's just a matter of filling this up. So we're going to fill it right to the top. This stuff will settle. Keep that in mind. As you water it, it'll start compressing down. So right now I just got it right to the top like that. Let's do another bucket. This will also help stabilize the pavers, the stepping stones as well. They'll kind of lock them in. Kind of pack it around it like that. How nice that looks. Then we'll rinse that again. So I got to fill all this in all the way through here. Got another one. So we're shooting for 3 inches thick. Go pick up more. That was 3 buckets. Already that's looking really nice. Very nice. Look, see down here how thick we're putting this on. Another tip as well is when you're walking, try to walk center of the stones. And the smell of this wood chips, shredded wood mulch is really amazing. This is a combination of basically just all green waste. I got this from the landfill. You can see a video that I did on getting free mulch from the landfill. That's what this is. All different types of ground up shrubs, bushes, green waste. Any type of green waste that comes to the landfill goes through this processing plant and then turns into mulch, just like I'm using here. So I'm gonna need a little more, a few more buckets. Try to bring your plants up like this and then slide that mulch underneath there. So you kind of have to lean your plants back. All right, folks. I got all the mulch in. It took about, I think, 9, or actually about 10 buckets to fill the rest of that in all around here. Take a look at how nice this is looking now. Watering everything down, rinsing off all the stones. So it's as simple as that. You guys should get out there and set some pavers in your garden, some stepping stones. Becomes very convenient to walk on. So this will last a long time, low maintenance, thick layer of mulch. Trees are going to really love this. Might even get some more of the shredded wood mulch as well and continue putting it over here. You can see this is all leaves over here. I've been just composting with free leaves that I've been getting. Go ahead and soak everything real good. This is my favorite stone right here. This is it's called silver quartz. I had to custom cut that out of the flagstone. I'm not sure what that one is. So again, I'm just watering everything down. It's going to settle in nice. Alright everybody, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, click like, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Bye bye.